Hello, Seekers. This is the story of a man much like yourself, unless in fact you're a woman. This man was lost until he discovered the glorious message of common sense. This is the story of the First Awakening. In those dark times, this man was not yet awakened, and his life was in complete turmoil. He was a slave to the agents of the secular slumber. He came to me and he said, "You are my oldest, most trusted friend, and my life is in shambles. My wife and children have left me. I've lost my job, and now I've inherited this land I can't afford to keep. What will I do?" So I said to him, "Whenever I have a lot on my mind, I like to take a walk. You have this vast property inherited from your ancestors. Why don't you make use of it?" So he took my advice. He gathered himself up and left the atrium. He walked right past the multipurpose workshop and into the woods surrounding his vast property. He walked through the woods trying to clear his mind, but the state of his secular slumber was such that he became lost. The woods became so precarious and so deep, it was like they were trying to close in and keep him there forever. He began running deeper and deeper into the woods, not knowing he was getting himself further and further from where he wanted to be. As time passed, he found himself utterly, completely alone. He took solace wherever he could find it. There was no one around to help him, no one to talk to except for the trees. Gripped in complete panic, he ran, and then he fell, but he refused to give up. So he got up and continued his pointless journey to nowhere. He ventured so deep into the woods, man had not been there for hundreds of years. The woods so deep, so treacherous, they seem to fight back. In a complete fever of hunger and fear, and maybe a little madness, he broke down and cried. After running for what seemed like an eternity, he stumbled into a clearing and collapsed in the snow, knowing full well that very snow could turn out to be his eternal grave. As he struggled to his feet, a great light fell upon him, and a voice spoke.
"Seeker,"
it said.
"Seeker of the Word."
He looked around, confused, and there, on a tree stump, his eyes fell upon the strangest squirrel he had ever seen.
"Are you the Seeker of the Word?"
Who are you?"
"I am the Revealer of the Word."
"The Revealer of the Word?"
"Yes, and I have been sent to be your guide."
Sent by who?
"I have been sent by the source of the Word."
The source of the Word? I'm afraid I don't understand.
"Do not be afraid, for I have been sent to share with you a great secret."
A secret? Tell me, Squirrel, what is the secret?
"It is the greatest of all secrets, a secret that must be shared with everyone."
But if you share it with everyone, then it won't be a secret anymore.
"But it is."
So you say.
"But it shouldn't be."
I see.
"No, but you will, when you are awakened."
Awakened?
"When you are awakened, you will no longer wander in the dusk of the secular slumber. You will no longer be confused by the rational mind. You will know the secret of common sense."
But what is the difference between the rational mind and common sense?
The rational mind can be misled, and then it can mislead you. But common sense is always right.
I don't understand.
Perhaps this will help. Behold, before you are 2 golden tablets. On each of these tablets is a bag of acorns. One bag is full of fresh and tasty acorns. The other bag is full of magical solid gold acorns. You can have only one of these bags. Which do you choose?
Well, as you know, I am delirious with hunger, having been lost in the woods for many days. So I am very tempted to eat the bag of fresh and tasty acorns.
Yes, I understand that temptation. I too enjoy savoring the flavor of fresh and tasty acorns.
As do I. But if I take the bag of golden acorns, I can sell them for lots of money. Money I can use to buy all the acorns that I want, and still have enough money left over to solve all my financial problems.
That sounds like a rational choice.
Only
Yes?
hunger has addled my mind and weakened my body. And in such a state, I may never find my way out of the woods with the bag of golden acorns. And I may die of hunger. And then I am worse off than I am now.
Yes?
But I stand a greater chance of survival if I eat the fresh and tasty acorns and regain my strength.
That too sounds rational.
But which path do I choose?
What does common sense tell you?
Common sense tells me there's no such thing as a bag of magical golden acorns.
Exactly. Common sense takes you to the truth of the matter, and it exposes the confusion the rational mind suffers while condemned to the influence of the secular slumber.
It just dawned on me how true your words are.
No, these are your words, your personal words of common sense. Here, take and eat these anointed acorns. Regain your strength. You have been awakened to the life-changing power of common sense. I hereby ordain you Dr.PI, Speaker of the Word. Now go forth and spread this message. Help others find their own words of common sense.
Thank you, Revealer of the Word. Thank you.
And then, another great flash of light appeared, and the squirrel was gone. All that was left was the bag of fresh and tasty acorns. I happened upon him 3 days later, and was certain he was dead. Checked for signs of life. Thankfully, he had eaten enough of the fresh and tasty acorns to survive. There was a great peace in his eyes. He was a changed man. He told me an epic tale of starvation, of madness, and of a mystical squirrel. A story of ultimate truths. A story of common sense. A story that ended with his awakening. I felt honored that he had passed his story on to me. So now I've passed it on to you. And you must pass it on to others. Awaken.